Welcome back, players. I'm Jack with 36 Cancel, and this is Coco the Weiss Cat. It's only January of the new decade, but things are already in full swing in the Weiss world. Two major things have happened in the last few days: 2019 Worlds and a new English original announcement. And I won't lie, I'm kinda salty about both of them, but never mind that for now. Let's just jump in. Starting with Worlds, the Bushiroad livestream gave us a lot to digest. Worlds was held in Tokyo, of course, and streamed throughout the day. While most of the stream was dedicated to Vanguard games and Buddy Fight, 3 Weiss games were shown. We also got a cool breakdown for the 2019 tournament scene, so let's visit that quick. This is a chart representing the sets played in the 2019 Championship Regional Tournaments. Bushi gave us the top 10 sets and their percentages. First up, the biggest showing was Bang Dream, clocking in at 13.51% of the metagame. Now, Bang Dream has many iterations, so it's important to remember that the single biggest set represented actually has endless viable deck structures. From Pastel Palettes to Rosalia, Bang Dream is a giant. Second was Sword Art at 11.18%. Sword Art is extremely popular in English because of its huge fan following, and with the amount of good sets and good cards, it's no surprise at all to see it have such a high showing. Third, Konosuba, comprising 9.58% of the regionals decks for 2019 championships. Konosuba had some of the most sought-after cards on the secondary market in 2019, and it was no surprise as to why. It had what was without a doubt the best level 0 engine in English for the game that year, and the shell around that engine was amazing. Now, Konosuba was much less varied in the field, mostly rocking some version of blue and red with ambush and bunny unions, megamine finishers, and aqua early plays in tech. So when you were sitting across from Konosuba, it was likely some styling of the meta Konosuba deck, but even though you knew what was coming, it was never easy. Fourth, and I know this is a surprise to everyone, was Attack on Titan at 8.18%. Attack on Titan, while not as popular as SAO or Bang Dreams in terms of their fanbase, as represented in Weiss players, is super popular with the Weiss pros. Despite being fourth in representation, it was the most dominant winning deck in the top 3s for all of 2019 regionals. A good pilot with an Attack on Titan deck was probably the scariest matchup in 2019. To quote the 2-time world champion, "I've been playing Titan for 3 years and I still think it's the best deck." Number 5 at 7.92% was Sunshine. It had to be here. In English, Sunshine has a reputation for just having some broken-ass cards and being a super strong and consistent deck for a long time. We always expected to see Sunshine at regionals, and this is exactly why. After that, ReZero was number 6 at 7.32%. This is another set that's very popular with the pros and the tabletop crew alike. In 2019, ReZero 2 came to the forefront as one of the most dominant new sets of the year, and with how good the deck is, it's no shock at all. Now, those are the top 6, and after that the percentages drop off pretty hard. There are really no surprises here, and for what it's worth, all of them except Sunshine were in my top 5 most dominant decks in 2019 overall. If you haven't seen my 2019 wrap-up, check it out. The link will be in the description. Anyway, remaining on the top 10 were Cardcaptor Sakura at 4.79%, Conclave at 4.39%, Persona at 4.19%, and Batman Ninja at 3.86%. Though I think Batman Ninja was only there because of the promo offerings they were doing at the regionals. But obviously, when you add these percentages, you don't get 100%. Bushi cut off at the top 10, and the other sets constituted about 25.08% of the field. Anyway, that was a breakdown for the entire championship series, but what about Worlds themselves? Again, not very surprising numbers here. Attack on Titan took the lion's share at 7 out of 36 Worlds decks. After that were 5 Konosuba, 5 ReZero, and 5 Bang Dream decks. Sword Art brought 4 decks to Tokyo, and tied at 3 decks each we have Fate and Bunny Girl, 2 very new sets for Worlds, both being less than 2 months old. Finally, Sunshine, while not nearly as popular with the All-Stars this year, showed 2 decks, and both Cardcaptor Sakura and Gurren Lagann each had 1 player. I have no idea what the Gurren Lagann player was actually rocking, but my money would be on the anti-spiral for the anti-meta runaway win. Now, on to the results. After the rounds were done, Worlds cut to top 4. You had Cardcaptor Sakura, Attack on Titan, and 2 Konosuba decks. Though it wasn't shown on stream, and I have thus far no way to verify this, I'd imagine the semifinals game not shown was Cardcaptor Sakura vs Konosuba, where Konosuba, piloted by Lam Nguyen, won out. The semifinals game that was showed on stream was Riaz Mohammed piloting AOT versus Ryan Wibberley piloting Konosuba. Now, the game opened rather conventionally, but check this out. Did you see that? Ryan took Covered in Snot Aqua from the Effective Nuisance Megamine, which is an Akatsuki for magic characters on death. Unfortunately, Aqua is not a magic character, and this play is illegal. The floor judge didn't stop the game right away, and it led to an irreversible game state. From what I can gather from the video, the judge may have asked a question after it happened, or they might have caught it on the follow-up video. I know the comments caught it in the live stream. A turn later, the game was actually stopped, and Ryan was awarded a game loss. This meant Riaz Mohammed advances to the World Finals with AOT. I can't imagine how shitty it must feel to receive a game loss in semifinals for this. The dude very obviously knows how to play the deck and the card itself and just made a mistake under the pressure of the tournament and the camera. But it makes me feel a lot less bad for grabbing Salter with Silver Thread Ilya in one of the locals games I posted a few weeks ago. Anyway, the finals match was Lam Nguyen on Konosuba versus Riaz Mohammed on Titan. The game was standard fare. Konosuba unfortunately kind of floundered because Lam wasn't able to get Bunny Girl Union off and just took some bad beats by triggering climaxes, and the Titan player drew every climax he needed the turn he needed it and tri-fielded errands without even trying. But seriously, floor judges are sleeping here. Look at this moment where Riaz searches out a level 1 army with maneuver gear and just leaves it in his clock. They don't catch it until he's about to level up. Fortunately, this was a reversible game state, and the judge allows the game to continue. Riaz was also running level 3 Sashas in his build, which turned out to be devastating to Konosuba, bombing both back row unions. He laid down 3 Mikasas at the end and swung in for victory, already being very much ahead, so Titan took Worlds, again, with no shock and surprise from anyone. Overall, Titan constituted less than 20% of the world's meta, so even though it won again, I guess that's not so bad. And yes, the quote from earlier about Titan was from Riaz in his post-win interview. So that was Worlds this year. Springfest and shop challenges are starting soon, and the whole thing will start all over again for 2020. I can't wait. Now, on to the second part of the video. Bushiroad made a big announcement during Worlds, a new English original set coming in 2020. Coming straight at us from outer left field, the newest original English title will be, drumroll please, Adventure Time. My gut reaction? What the fuck, why? So we have to understand this is a result of players filling out surveys from Bushiroad on what sets they would like to see released. Personally, this would never have been something I'd fill in, but apparently a lot of people did. As I browse social media and probe my friends, I get super mixed results. Some people are super excited about this, saying they're going to order cases, and others are totally nonplussed. I'm in the latter camp, but my friends and local players are about half and half. Now, I know nothing about Adventure Time. The show has never been for me, and as of now, I'm totally uninterested in the set. However, I do know that it has a very large following that could overlap with the target audience for Weiss-Fours. If Bushiroad is trying to branch out into popular Western shows to engage the Western market more, this could definitely be a good move. But at the same time, I have trouble believing that the people who would come to Weiss specifically for Adventure Time would really like a lot of other sets in the game. I mean, think about it. Adventure Time is being released likely a couple months after Fantasia Bunko, which has cards from shows like High School DxD and Day Day Live. It's, very different. What I'm kind of worried about, to be honest, is that since Bushiroad has taken heat from local game stores and parts of the Weiss crowd over recent releases like No Game No Life, Bunko and Goblin Slayer, and other releases like Two of Rue, that its reaction is to move away from less child-friendly sets in the West. As an adult player, I'm really not in favor of that business move. I still don't think Weiss is a game for kids, and as a consumer, I don't really like things that are kid or family friendly. I definitely think there's a discussion to be had about some aspects of Weiss on that front, but personally, I wouldn't be a fan of more Cartoon Network sets. However, I do know that Adventure Time has a larger following among young adults, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that crowd wants to give Weiss a try, I'll welcome them with open arms, because despite that it's not for me personally, I do want to be open-minded. I am always looking for more people to play Weiss with. I think it has big potential to draw in some new blood, but again, I'm a bit worried at the target age demographic of the show not fitting well with the rest of the game. But hey, My Little Pony seems to be doing okay, right? Ah, what a meme. But hey, in all fairness, the last time I decided to try out a show because it was getting a Weiss release, I ended up loving it and buying myself 2 decks. Anything could happen. Yeah, so January has been exciting so far, but more exciting stuff is happening very soon, so I have to prepare. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't post any games this week because unfortunately, snow kept me home. But hey, that's life. But I won't be down for long. Look forward to more from Coco and I soon. I think you know what's coming. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.